All right, let's get into the last piece about agent ownership and revenue share. We've provided you with tools already, okay? We've talked to you about lead generation. We've talked to you about training, about support, about our systems, our consumer relationship management system, our transaction management system. We've talked to you about our 600 staffers who work for us 11 hours a day in the cloud. We talked about you all that. And at this point in time, and we also share with you a compensation plan, an extremely aggressive compensation plan, 80% split to you with no franchise fees, no royalty fees. When the 20% that you pay into the company equals $16,000 on an annual basis, you go to 100%, okay? All that, for most agents, about 90 to 95% of agents says that is enough. Where do I sign up?
Big raise.
Well, let me just verify with you that I got this thing right and I'm joining. We're entering the last part of the presentation where I believe about 5 to 10% of agents really love and take full advantage of. It starts with ownership. It starts with making sure that we have equity, that we're building something for ourselves, okay? So with eXp Realty, when you join the company and you close your first transactions, we give you $200 worth of shares in this publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. Congratulations, you are now an agent owner of this publicly traded company. When you pay into the company that 20% on an annual basis and you cap at $16,000, we give you another $400 in stock, okay? And every agent that you come across, whether it be here in New England or down in Texas or North Carolina or South Carolina or California or Hawaii or even Australia and UK, you share this program with them and they join on one of these Sunday calls or Tuesday calls or Thursday calls, or you meet them in a coffee shop and you show them the same presentation and they join and they close their first deal. eXp Realty will reward you with another $400 worth of stock. And there isn't a limit on how many agents you can share this program with. All right. So that's pretty cool, right? But then we have this thing called the Agent Icon program. It's a sales contest that is available to all of us. Every year you can enter the sales contest, and how it works is, Trey mentioned it earlier, 80-20 split. When the 20% equals $16,000 on an annual basis, you go to 100%. Once you go to 100% and you close another 20 transactions, or during that 20 transactions, you're paying $250 in transactions fee, times 20 transactions equals $5,000 in additional fees to the company. We will then award you by giving the entire $16,000 that you paid into the company back to you in the form of stock. So you paid it in and you won the sales contest by becoming an icon, and boom, we give it all back to you. That is absolutely incredible. If you're a heavy hitter, like Lisa Parento is, which I hope she ends up being an icon this year. I'll be very happy when she does, okay? You have to be able to sit down and do this math. I know I did that with Lisa and the light bulb went off. This year alone, in 2019, last year alone, there were 6 people on my expanded team of 400 who hit the icon status. And they had never, ever, ever done this type of sales volume before in their career until they came here to be able to leverage all the tools and the systems and leads that we gave them. Last but not least, this is my favorite part of our equity opportunities is the Agent Equity Program. Every single agent, whether you are a rookie or a rock star, when you close a transaction, instead of, if you're working with a franchise, instead of paying the franchise 6% royalties that goes into la la land that you never see back, how about no franchise fees, no royalties, keep that 6% and take 5% of it to buy our company stock at a 10% discount, okay? And you can save that for a rainy day. I love that. It's basically our way of helping real estate agents create a retirement income. All right, revenue share. Who wants to take revenue share? Lisa, Dick, or Trey?
Go ahead, Trey.
I got you. Sorry, just getting my unmute button hit. All right. So like Tom said, this is something that you're not required to do, but it's something that, a relatively small percentage of the people that join our company take it and they run with it. They make it a pillar of their business plan, and it absolutely changes their life. It is a true game changer in the way that it can accelerate you towards creating that life and that dream that you saw real estate really opening up for you as an opportunity. So the thing that Glenn did when he created this company was he wanted to make something that would be for the agents. He did that with the ownership. He did that with all the resources and technology that he gives us, but he also does it with a corporate objective of sharing back 50% of the revenue before any expenses are paid, right off the top line, with the agents who are responsible for helping making this happen. So it starts with agents that you personally sponsor to this company. So if you share this business model with someone, or if you invite them to a call like this on the Sunday executive overview, or the Tuesday or the Thursday executive overview, or invite them to a lunch, and they see the opportunity here with our brokerage because of you, right? And they see the value here in this opportunity, and they decide to move their business here. They choose you as their sponsor, right? Because when they fill out their application, eXp will ask them, who do we have to thank for you coming to this great company and being here with us? And they will pay you 3.5% of the gross commission income from that person that you personally sponsored throughout the year as they close real estate deals until they cap. So to give you an example, let's say that you had a $10,000 transaction that was closed, right? The $10,000 gross commission was the result of the transaction that was closed. And that was from, let's say I brought on Lisa, right? So Lisa closes that transaction. She's on my tier one, someone I personally sponsored. I'm going to get paid 3.5% of that gross commission income, or $350 in revenue share that is direct deposited to my bank account the following month after that transaction closes. And again, that's going to continue to happen throughout the year as Lisa closes real estate deals until she caps, right? Because at that point, there's no more company dollar, because this is not paid out of her commissions, right? It's paid out of the 20% company dollar, like Tom said. And so if Lisa is a capping agent, which is not a monumental thing to do here with our company, we have a pretty low cap, but she is going to be worth $2,800 in residual income in that revenue share every single year. And that's going to continue to happen as she's here with the company year after year after year, closing real estate deals. But it doesn't stop there, right? It goes on to a cascading revenue share where Lisa, right, can go out and do the same thing. And actually we are incentivized here as a company because there's a certain culture that's being built here to turn around and help the person that you've brought on, someone around you, duplicate the same thing, right? Enjoying the same success that you did, right? We're a very collaborative company here. So as Lisa's out there, we're going to help her bring on people as well. And she's out there talking to her friends, people she's closing transactions with. So let's say she finds Tom, right? And she brings Tom on, right? Tom is going to be on Lisa's tier one, and Tom is going to be on your tier two. You're actually paid more on your tier two agents than you are on your tier one. Again, incentivizing us to help others grow too. And that's going to be 4% of the gross commission income. So when Tom goes out, let's say he closes that same deal that results in a $10,000 GCI, Lisa is going to get paid 3.5%, but I'm going to get paid 4% of that gross commission income. Again, residually direct deposit in my bank account the month following. Now, there is one caveat to this. You must have personally sponsored 5 agents yourself to unlock the full 4% revenue share from agents on your tier 2. And once you do, those agents on your tier 2 are worth up to $3,200 a year each as far as if they are a capping agent. And there's no limit to the number of agents you can do this with. But to just kind of give you an example, let's say you go out, you find Steve, Rhonda, Tony, Paula, Bill, and Carol, right? And they're all capping agents. They are going to bring in $16,800 per year, or $1,400 a month for you in revenue share. Well, think about it, your cap, guys. You just got yourself to over 800%, right? As far as your commissions go, that's $800 more than your cap was. And that's just, what if you did one per month, for a year or for 6 months out there, right? And then it doesn't stop there. Again, to kind of give you another example, let's say you teach them to go do the exact same thing. And, Rhonda goes out, she's a rock star. She goes get Susan, Kim, Mark, Susie, Jane, Jake, right? They're all capping agents too. And Paula goes out, she goes and gets a couple as well. So you got 6 on your tier 1, you got 1, 2, 3, I think 8 on your tier 2, right? And your tier 2 agents are worth $3,200. Your tier 1 agents are worth $2,800 each. So this is $42,000 a year in revenue share, right? What does that do for your life? What does that do for the average agent? I think NAR statistics are the average agent barely makes that per year, about $40,000 a year. That's before taxes. That's before all our membership expenses. What if it was just $1,000 a month for you? Would that be a mortgage payment? Would that be something that could help an emergency expense? Is that something that would help you set up your kids for college, or whatever it is that you need to do in your life financially, right? I think you can see kind of the model of it. And Tom, I don't know if we went by it, you want to go back a few slides? We didn't really talk about how the 7 tiers there. I think it was a couple slides back.
Sure. I'll go back. Go ahead.
But it doesn't stop at just a couple tiers here, right? That's what you can do with just the first 2 tiers. That's the power of this, but it goes 7 tiers deep. So if you look at this middle column, right, the percentages you see, that is the percentage of GCI that's paid to you when the agents in your revenue share organizations close a deal, relative to the tier that they are on. The up to dollar amount that you're seeing in that middle column is what they would be worth to you in that revenue share if they are a capping agent, right? The maximum you would receive from an agent on that tier once they cap. And if you look at the bottom of that column, you'll see 20% total and $16,000. It's no coincidence, those numbers you see there, right? Think about our compensation plan. We are at 20% split to the brokerage, capped at $16,000. So the company is literally willing to pay out 100% of the revenue on a particular deal, which is very rare that ever happens, just the way it has to work logistically. But they are willing to do it, right? If agents are out there helping this company grow massively. And I say massively because if you look at the third column here, you'll see 1, 5, 10, 15, right? That is the number of agents that you must have personally sponsored to eXp yourself to unlock the full revenue share. And again, if you look down at the bottom there for tier 7, that's 40, and that's because that's the largest, right? That pays out 5% up to $4,000 per agent. But that's the power of this model, guys. It's something that can, again, accelerate you to a place in your financial stability and your financial future for yourself, for your family, and then also, not just for your financial stability while you're here, but what about something that could create generational wealth for you? Right? What's generational wealth? Something that can be passed on longer than just the time you're here, to your kids, to your kids' kids, right? And so to kind of give you, an idea of what that really means, how else could you go out and do something like this? Well, basically save money, right? Close houses and then go rent, go buy you a bunch of rentals, right? So let's just say your rentals or your investments in the stock market are bringing a 5-6% return. To achieve the same kind of thing, right? $112,000 a year in passive income, you would have to have $2 million stacked away in those investments. Guys, that would take well over 20, 25 years of putting away $70,000, $80,000 a month. What's easier, that or your 1 to 2 year plan? Or even if it was a 5-year plan, I think it would be worth it, right? You go out, you find 6 agents. 6 good agents who are productive. You share this business model with them, and then you teach them to bring in 5 each, right? Even being a little conservative there, right? So you'd have 6 on your tier 1, 30 on your tier 2, a total of 36 people in your entire organization. And that would be worth that same $112,000 a year to you in residual passive mailbox money income, alongside your equity that you're building, alongside your commissions that you're making from closing your tiers, or from closing your tiers, from closing your transactions with your clients. Let's take this to the next level though. Who has a super big dream, right, for their life, a super big lifestyle they want to build? What about your 2 to 5 year plan? What if you went and found 10 people? Same thing on your tier 1, and you showed them how to replicate that. They each brought in 10. So now you've got 110 people in your total organization that are capping productive agents. What is that worth, guys? That's $348,000 a year, almost $29,000 a month in residual income. What would that life look like? What could that do for you and your family? And again, your generations to come, because this is something that's willable. So as long as they go out and they get their real estate license, because these are real estate referrals, right? Revenue share is only paid when a revenue is coming into the company, right? A real estate transaction has closed, so it is technically a referral fee. Well, this is something they can share in as well, as long as they go get that license. So again, reach back out to the person that invited you to this call. Ask the tough questions. I know Tom's here on this call, Dick Lee, Lisa Peralt, myself, plenty of other amazing people on this call. We're here to answer questions for you too. Tom, is this where your presentation wraps up, man?
Man, you crushed it. This is the power of duplication, the power of leverage in this system. Trey has never really seen my slide before. I put him on the spot, and he crushed it. This is so awesome, man. Yeah. Fist bump, baby. Fist bump, right? So,
yeah, through the cloud.
So 2 to 5 year plan.
Killed it, brother. That was incredible, man.
Yeah, 2 to 5 year plan. Think about it. We're not asking you to go out to recruit. Everybody here produces. Everyone here sells houses. But in the course of your travel, let's say if it's a 2 year plan, in the next 2 years you find 5 a year. Okay, Or if it's a 5-year plan, the next 5 years, you just find 2 agents a year or 1 every 6 months to share this business with, who sell about $3 million or higher in real estate. And when they do that, you would have found 10 agents in the next 2 to 5 years. And then you just help them to duplicate. And that's what this part of the system is. I also want to stress one more time that we are not a recruiting company. Okay, we're a sales organization. We've got great sales agents who are joining us. However, in your travels, when you come across great salespeople and you share this program with them and you basically essentially give them a raise from what they're currently making already in their agency, and you compound that with everything we talked about, training, leads, support, and then that's how this company continues to grow exponentially. Folks, the real estate magazines, the real estate leaders who publish statistics about this industry are calling us the Amazon of real estate. It's the company to watch. We are totally exploding. 27,000 agents and growing have voted with their feet by making the transition over here to eXp Realty. These numbers, 2019 numbers, they were published in 2019 for numbers for growth from 2017 to 2018. We're probably weeks and months away from our numbers for 2019, okay? After 10 short years, this company is attracting talent like no other. We are number 1 in top movers in transactions, number 2 in top volume, number 2 in largest independents here in North America. Closed transaction sites, number 4. This is really cool. We're number 4 in 2018. The year before that, we were number 16. So we exploded from 16 to number 4, and I can't wait to see these numbers when they report for 2019. All right, think about this, guys. If you had a 10-year-old son or daughter, and they were competing in sports, and after 10 years, they were ranked number 1, 3, 5, 6 in the entire country, how proud would you be? And that's who we are here at eXp Realty. We're attracting talent like no other. All right, this is the end. If you saw this program for the first time today or the second time today, I hope this slide resonates with you. Okay, back in 2004, Mark Zuckerberg invited 5 folks to his dorm room to share this business, a cloud-based business opportunity called the Facebook. Okay, 2 showed up. The other 3 never showed up and didn't keep an open mind to a cloud-based business that was going to radically change social media the way they knew it. We invited you to a call tonight to take a look at a business opportunity, a real estate brokerage that is radically changing the face of real estate right in front of us, happening right now, and we're still in the ground floor opportunity. These 2 guys, Dustin and Eduardo, believed in Mark Zuckerberg. They invested in him. They worked with him. They ran with him along the way, and today they're worth billions, okay? What a lesson for those other 3 who did not join. I close with this. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is your real estate business? Okay, on a scale of 1, here we are on a Sunday evening. Hopefully you had a great weekend. If you worked, hopefully your open houses was packed. If your open houses wasn't packed, make sure you really ask the person who invited you to teach you how you can leverage KV4 to market your listing like crazy so that your open houses are packed, all right? And make more money. What if you leverage this program and double your real estate income in the next 12 months without working harder? Or what if you are already making all the money you want in this real estate business, but you don't have the time to enjoy? You don't have the time to give back to your community, to give back to your nonprofit, to spend time with your kids, your grandkids, and your loved ones. And you want to maintain the same level of sales, but work half of the time. I propose to you, take a look at this business opportunity, get out of your comfort zone, get into the learning zone, learn about all that we have to offer, peel back this onion, because I promise you, the more you peel back this onion, the sweeter it's going to smell, okay? And then make a change. When I saw this business opportunity, I had built my brokerage for 9 years. I sold it to a national company. I worked with them for another 2.5 years. That's 11.5 years in my mind, in the same brokerage, same family. But after 3 days of watching this presentation, I made a move. I broke up with my broker, one of the toughest decisions I've had to make for my real estate career. They did nothing wrong to me. They actually treated me like a rock star, but they didn't have the program, the tools, the training, the compensation plan, and this program for me to take and scale and invite other agents to it. 26 months later, my business, what started out with 3, me and my wife and 1 buyer's agent, has grown to over 400 agents spanning 24 states, plus Australia. My passive residual income is now approaching almost $20,000 a month. I've increased my net worth by over $4 million at the rate of about 6% return on 6% interest. That would have been the equivalent of me increasing my net worth by that much. And I did it because I followed other leaders like Scott and Tracy Lewis. And you are invited to this call so you can follow us. We have the system built. You just got to plug in and join the company that is now the fastest company, real estate company this year in North America. So I propose that you come and you join us. Next year you can be on that bell, on that NASDAQ floor like I am there, ringing the closing bell. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Come and join the fastest growing listing company in the history of North America. It's right here at your fingertips.